So yesterday I did my first impressions on a brand new release by Valentino. It was Green Stravaganza. It wasn't very good. I was upset about it because I actually kind of like the Valentino line. The Born in Roma line and the Uomo line, both of them are actually really good fragrances, and I feel like they're very underrated by a lot of people who are like the niche snobs, like high-end. I mean, you could be a niche snob, do what you want, but they're very mass-appealing fragrances, and the Green Stravaganza really isn't. It's not horrible, it's just not anything that I think they should have released. I was thinking it was going to be more green, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, today we are going to be getting into one that hopefully is better than that. I heard good things, but I've also heard bad things. This is going into Tom Ford's private blend. This is Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another first impression. We did again another designer yesterday. That was the second one of the year. We already did Boss Scent Elixir. I have a few other ones on the way, mostly niche right now. We have Initio's Narcotic Delight, Killian's Born to be Unforgettable, and then I'm going to be going to the mall this weekend to see if I can get any other ones, because the ones that I'm really looking forward to, Stronger With You Tobacco and Le Beau, they're the Paradise Garden. They're not really available anywhere right now. They're not on Fragrance Buy. They're not overseas. They're nowhere. So it's going to be at least a few weeks for those. But anyway, I heard good things about this. My wife wanted me to pick this up because she heard things on her women's channels too, because it is Tom Ford's unisex. This is Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex. If you could, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. I'm not going to spend too much time on that anymore. You guys know the deal. But Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex. Let's spray it on. That just went everywhere. Wow. They're calling this Vanilla Sex? This is like a shit ton of almond.
Hi, I'm Mr. Poopy Butthole.
It's like almond, 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 almond. Wait, two more? Almond, almond? So like 90% almond with like 10% vanilla. It's very sharp. Like a sharp almond too. Huh. Very, very simplistic, which doesn't surprise me. Tom Ford's are simplistic. I mean, tobacco vanilla spices. Bitter peach, peach vanilla. Lost cherry, almond, cherry, that kind of stuff. And they're all mostly, outside of like Effin' Fabulous, for the most part, most Tom Fords are like 3 to 4 prominent notes. This one is like almond, vanilla, and musk. Maybe like a little bit of a floral backbone, but I was expecting a crap ton of vanilla. I was not expecting this much of a nuttiness. The opening is very harsh. Like, not harsh, but like sharp. That's the good word. It's a sharpness. I'm trying to decide whether I like really like this or I don't like this. Because it does smell really good. It smells like baking spices. It smells like almond mixed together with like baking spices. You know, if you have one of those like raspberry almond cakes, it kind of smells like, if you remove the raspberry from that, it kind of smells like an almond cake. Yeah. Like almost it's very powdery. I'm not a big fan of powders, but it's almost like if you had like almond cake with like a bunch of powdered vanilla on top. So like powdered sugar or something, and just poured that on top. That's what this smells like. There's not much else going on. Is it okay? Yeah. Is it anything that I would wear? It's like straight unisex. Like, I don't think this leans feminine or masculine. This is like right in the middle. I mean, it's a straight gourmand. I think this is going to try down fire though. So instead of wasting your time and like sniff and telling, I'm going to wait about an hour. I'm going to wait an hour. I want to see where this goes. And then I'm going to come back and tell you guys what my full feelings are on the first part of this fragrance. Obviously, I do a full review. Will this be a full bottle? We'll figure that out in about an hour. So I'll be right back. All right, guys. So we are back. We are talking about Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex. What do I think about it? So I'm going to go back to the beginning. So in the opening of Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex, it was like 5% to 10% vanilla. And it kind of just smelled like legit like the vanilla that you would get out of your cupboard and get a teaspoonful of. If you know that smell, you know that smell. And it was underneath a wallop of almond, and it was just like a sharp almond, which I don't know whether to say sharp or harsh, because it was really strong, kind of in your face almond, almost like if you took like an almond extract or an almond cake. That's kind of what it smelled like, mixed together with a little bit of that kind of baking spicy vanilla. Obviously there's a little bit of musk and a slight like floral tone, but that was like literally neither here or there. I mean, every fragrance has a little bit of musk. This one's not really as noticeable. The florals aren't noticeable. It's really just like a lot of almond in the opening with a little bit of this kind of baking vanilla and baking spices. As you get to the dry down though, and that almond vanilla that I just talked about, it's like that for the first like 25 minutes to a half hour. So if you try this and you're like, maybe I'll like the dry down, if you're okay with the first 30 minutes, which I'm not, if a fragrance isn't as good as I want it to be for the first 30 minutes, it's not worth a full bottle purchase for me. Does this smell bad? No. The opening 30 minutes still smells okay. It's like a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. It's gourmand, but it has a little bit of this harshness to it. Like, I can't explain it. It's just almost like sharpness of an almond, but almond doesn't really come across sharp, so I can't explain that part. It's just a little bit sharp to the nose. Anyway, so after that 30 minutes, once we got to this hour mark, where we're at right now, we're at 1 hour and 1 minute at this point in time. So after about 30 minutes, so the almond's up here and the vanilla's down here. After about 30 minutes, it starts to go like this, and the almond starts to meet the vanilla. And then as we got to about 50 minutes to 55, we're about right here. We're about 60% vanilla with about 40% almond, and it's starting to slowly, that vanilla is taking over. So it is vanilla sex. It's just like, it's vanilla sex if you did a little bit of like, I don't know, a little bit of foreplay. I mean, that's the only thing I can think. Is like, it's vanilla sex if you did foreplay for 45 minutes. Because it's almond sex for first 45 minutes. The vanilla in this is better than the almond. I think that they should have made the opening, which is difficult for them to do. I wish they could have made the opening have that almond in there, but lower down and the vanilla higher up. And as you get to the dry down, maybe bring a little bit of sandalwood to add a little bit of depth. I wish they would have done that, and maybe a bit of cinnamon. I was thinking this could use a little cinnamon or even some raspberry, but there is a little bit of like a baking spice tone to it for about half hour. But now it's really a very beautiful vanilla. It is a baking vanilla, so it does, even in the dry down, it's a little bit softer of a vanilla, but it is more prominent than it was in the opening because that almond has started to dissipate. And it smells like exactly what you would expect vanilla extract to smell like. And so with that said, if you like the smell of vanilla extract, you'll like this fragrance after 45 minutes. If you like the smell of almond extract, which a lot of that's not as easy to come across, so a lot of people may have not smelled that. That's why I said in the beginning, it's more like an almond cake. But it really is more like almond extract. That's the best way to put it, because almond extract, if you smell it, you go, oh, and that's exactly what it reminds me of. So this reminds me of like almond extract mixed together with vanilla extract, except for it's a lot of almond extract, and then at the end, it's a lot of vanilla extract. And the vanilla is very smooth, and the vanilla is the best part of this fragrance. And I absolutely enjoy it. So the opening to me is like a 7, 7.5, but the dry down is like an 8.0 to an 8.5. Still not anything amazing, but and I won't buy a bottle of this. This will be enough for me because it's like a 2 to 3 spray fragrance. You'll blind people, so it is a pretty good projector. I mean, even at here in an hour, it's still kind of like out there. But if you like gourmands, if you like vanilla, give this a shot. I would say do not blind buy it because unless you know you love almond extract and you love vanilla extract, you need to try this first. Go to a Nordstrom's, whatever. But they'll probably have this at most Sephora's within a month. So definitely check that out as well. Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex overall, I would say, is like a 7.8. But I won't buy it because of that opening. I cannot have that harshness. Even my wife, I just tried it out. She said, you were right, because whenever I was listening to, she was listening to this girl watch it while I was recording my video, and she said, this girl said it's like all vanilla in the opening, and it's super beautiful, and I said, it's almond. It's a lot of almond, so I went over and I had her smell it, and she goes, what is she talking about? That's like all almond. I was like, I know. So anyway, you guys don't want to hear that story, or maybe you do, but yeah, Tom Ford's Vanilla 6, it's good after the dry down. It's like one that I think that you would want to spray about a half hour before you go anywhere if you want to smell like baking. If you want to smell like somebody's baking cookies, then that's what you're going to smell. More like baking a cake. It smells like you're baking a cake. It's almost like the cookie dough, but without like the chocolate and stuff. It's just like vanilla and like powdered sugar and maybe flour. It kind of smells like all that shit. Not even kidding. It's good. It's really good right now, but I can't say anything about that opening. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wear it about 3 or 4 more times. I'm going to do a full review. I'm going to let you guys know the full performance, everything. I'll probably do both of these together in a full review, the Valentino and the Tom Ford, or maybe the Initio and the Tom Ford if that gets here in time. But yeah, look forward to, I would say, another week, and then I'll get the Initio and the Killian. But let me know if you've tried this fragrance, what you think about it, and I'll be back with another video. Peace out.